discrimination, racism overlooked. In a time where racial equality is at the forefront of America, have Asian Americans received proper attention to battle against anti-Asian discrimination? I argue not. Immigration started during the California Gold Rush in the mid-1800s. At the time, there was a high demand for low-wage and dangerous jobs in the railroad and mines industry. Asians expected to come to America to find gold and be rich. However, Asians had to adjust their expectations to take on mining and railroad jobs. This led to stereotypes such as, according to Gillian Raquel, a Washington Post journalist, Asians coming to steal white jobs. This led to many violent crimes against Asians. The People v. Hall Supreme Court case in 1854. The case involved an Asian man who witnessed a white man commit murder. The California Supreme Court dismissed his testimony. Asians were denied the status to testify against a white person in court. This allowed white people to get away with crimes against Asians. In 1882, Congress passed the Chinese Exclusion Act. This originally banned Asian immigration for 20 years. However, President Chester A. Arthur vetoed it, but later signed a 10-year version of this. This is the first ever law in the United States history that restricted immigration, according to Gillian Raquel. In addition, the 10-year ban turned into an over 60-year-old ban that wasn't repealed until 1943. COVID-19 effects on Asian discrimination. COVID started in 2019 and originated in China, which led to the common misconception that Asians caused the coronavirus. Sheila Bayless, an editor of the People's Magazine Health vertical, said that while overall hate crimes went down 7%, Asian-related hate crimes went up 150%. Here's a graph of California State University that shows hate crimes compared in 2019 to 2020 from America's 15 largest cities. In addition, the Stop AAPI hate organization reported over 3,800 Asian hate crimes in 2021 the following year. Justin Chen, a journalist for the American Journal of Public Health, identified that Asians have inadequate access to healthcare, housing, employment, and education. Discrimination only worsens these inequalities and also negatively impacted their physical and mental health. How Asian discrimination is suppressed. In Stimulus Package 6, The Dark Side of Resilience from Harvard Business Review, it is quoted, "In America, 75% of employees consider the direct line manager the worst part of their job, and 65% would take a pay cut if they could replace their boss with someone else. Yet there is no indication that people actually act on these attitudes. This is related to how Asian Americans become too tolerant and too resilient to discrimination and racism that they ignore it and don't speak up about it." Jason Chang, a psychiatrist that graduated from the University of Michigan Medical School, talked about a racism experience he had to his resident friend, as to which he responded, "Keep your head down." In addition, Young Jung Lee, a professor at the University of Hawaii, said that social workers underreport Asian injustice laws due to shame, fear, language borders, and a lack of knowledge of the definition of a hate crime. Fear of being further discriminated and lack of social reports justify the argument that Asians have not received proper attention to battle discrimination. Asian American discrimination and Harvard admissions. Emil Guillermo, an Asian American journalist, stated that admissions officers at Harvard rate Asians lower on personality traits, such as courage, kindness, and likability. This infers that admissions were influenced by negative stereotypes. In addition, Jennifer Lee, a professor at the University of California, said that Asians were penalized on the SAT by 50 points more than any other racial group. This hurts Asian American college applications and is unfair to them. Harvard contributes to the underrepresentation of Asians in higher education by being influenced by these negative stereotypes. How do we battle Asian discrimination? There are 3 solutions to battle Asian discrimination. 1, educating the youth so that the future generations understand racial equality. 2, supporting the AAPI to raise awareness for Asian American injustice. And 3, understanding history to not have anti-Asian events repeat themselves. To recap, Asians have not received adequate awareness to combat the surge in racism towards them. COVID-19 has reinforced negative stereotypes that have led to more violence against Asians that is still occurring today. And also, the Asian American community has become too resilient and too tolerant to discrimination and racism that they don't speak up about it. Here on my side.
Thank you, Dylan. So Dylan, what information did you need that you weren't able to find or locate?
It was hard to find many peer-reviewed journals about Asian American immigration, so I had to use outside knowledge or background knowledge from my grandpa, who immigrated from China to America with his family a long time ago, and I used to use the sites I already had as well.
And then finally, so what additional questions came when you were doing your research, and why are those questions important?
While I was doing the research, I was wondering how much more were Asians experiencing hate crimes during COVID-19, and I researched into that and found that there was 3,800 cases of them reported by the Stop AAPI Hate organization in 2021.
Could you tell me what AIPA stands for?
Asian American Islander Pacificer, or Island Pacificer.
Pacific Islander.
Pacific Islander.
Thank you very much.